I was born and raised in Fort Wayne, Indiana, alongside my two brothers and my mom and dad. I remember getting N64 for Christmas. I played like Sega and stuff before that, but N64 is where it like really got real for me. Our babysitter was this girl down the street, and she was actually like the best Mario 64 player, so she would always come over and watch us play, and then when we couldn't figure it out, we would beg her to help us, and she would show us how it's done. My brother and I were like ultra competitive. I remember busting my cheek open, showing my grandma how fast I could run. I got 9 stitches for that.
You know, he comes off maybe a little salty, but he's, I don't know, like you go out and have a drink with him, he's very relaxed, it's very cool.
He actually got like a portrait that's made out of salt. Someone was like, "Why do you have a portrait of yourself on your wall?" And he's like, "Oh, dude, it's made out of salt, that's why I have it."
I was a part of like a bunch of cliques in high school because I was like this closet nerd who like played, you know, varsity football and varsity soccer. And then I had like my video game friends. Those guys I played like online games with all the time. And if I didn't have practice, we're going over to somebody's house and playing Super Smash for 3 hours right after school. My parents like hated it. They tried to, you know, put like time limits on, like, oh, you can play an hour a day or 2 hours a day. That wasn't enough for me. Like, you can't put a limit on how much I wanted to play. And I would go over to my friend's house and I would say like, oh, we're not playing video games, we're playing outside. And they knew I was lying, for sure. Video games were great for me in terms of like fueling my competitive spirit. I was used to playing against just my friends, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good. But when you play online, you realize how much better other people are out there. I started to play like on my own in like in-house leagues with like people who took the game a lot more seriously, and eventually somebody asked me to join a team. Our first big win for Dota was when we were still not officially EG. We were playing under the team tag of Sad Boys. And we went into this tournament and I don't think we dropped a single map. And at that point I knew that our team was good. And it was $8,000, $9,000 a player. So it was very cool to take that back to my parents and be like, this is what I'm doing. They just couldn't believe that I would get paid that much to play video games.
He's had to learn some, hard lessons in the last couple of years. And I think he's also changed as a person and as a captain.
I would say the lowest point was like right when Arteezy and Zai left. Especially Zai, like that was someone I'd been playing with for a significant amount of time that I thought like really like believed in me and trusted me. I had like feelings of being betrayed, and that sucks.
In life, there's always things that kind of come up that you just have to deal with. He was pretty good about how he dealt with it. He just kind of took the blow and just moved on with it.
By like them leaving and showing how much that I was like making mistakes or how they felt I was treating them, I think that kind of made me mature as a person and be like more open to criticism, open to somebody else's point of view or their ideas.
It's hard to get people to commit to things, to commit to ideas. He's somebody that forced people to commit to doing things. He would commit himself by putting himself out there first. And that was something that the scene had lacked for a very long time. He drove people towards a goal.
Winning TI5 was pretty surreal. I just felt this like overwhelming feeling of pride. The VIP fans are up there with us, and like my parents and cameras, and we're like exhausted and super tired, but we're like, we did it, we accomplished our goal, we won TI.
Evil Geniuses has been the most consistent placing team in Dota 2 the past 2 years. And I think a lot of that can be attributed to Peter's leadership ability. The ability to like rally people behind you and get results out of it.
I just want to win, and so I'm going to push myself and my teammates as far as I can to get there. I am incredibly grateful for esports in general because it's given me an opportunity to do something with my life that I may not have been able to do otherwise. I've been able to travel the world, playing video games, meeting new people, and it's hard to say that I could have done that doing something else. We won TI last year, and hopefully we can bring it back home again this year.
Fantastic.